Keanu's speech 151 final. Number one, what skills do you expect to gain from this class? Well, I expect to gain from this class a lot of skills, but mostly improve my speaking skills with others and in large speaking areas. I like to better my social speaking skills in different settings like one-on-ones and groups. Number two, questioning, a style of helping in which the receiver seeks additional information from the sender. Some questioning responses are really disguised advice. So in real life, I really use this a lot. By talking to other people, I question them when they're talking to me, and vice versa, because when I'm talking to someone and they're asking me questions, it makes me feel like they're listening and more tuned in with my conversation. So that's one way. And the other area was nonverbal communications, because I do this a lot, and so I won't send mixed signals. Number three, what speech or describe your strongest presentation of three speeches? My strongest speech was my last speech on textbooks should be free because it really relate to the people in school and relate to me personally because textbooks should be free and it's super expensive. And on my previous speeches, I felt like I was using ums and ands a lot and wasn't keeping the eye contact and looking on the screen. But I feel like that speech I did everything better and improved my speaking in front of others. My favorite speech or the strongest was I felt like Mark's speech was one of the strongest speeches because he really made me think of my future and how I should prepare myself for the future, and he really made me think of the future and used convincing to make us change our attitudes to the future. Number four, what organization pattern? I use topic order for my pattern. It focuses on different key points, and it helped me deliver my main points on time and helped me did it more and it made me more clearly or made it seem more clearly. Number five, what method of informing did you use for my farmer speech? For my farmer speech, I use explaining and demonstrating. Um, Explaining, I use how to read a wave and what wave you should go for while you're skimming. And demonstrating, I use different styles of skimming and proper ways to run on your board. For example, I use the bear crawl and like the run style for running on your skimboard before you go in the wave. Number six, what techniques did you use to get your audience attention? For my persuasive speech, I use proposition. My goal was to express my judgment and relate to a college student because most of y'all college students are broke and have no money, and so textbooks should be a perfect example how every time a student buys a textbook, they're just draining their money because we hardly use textbooks in school, and you college students can't afford textbooks, so I thought it'd be a good topic to choose so I can relate to them. Number seven, how has your public speaking skills improved over the course? I feel like my main improvements over the course was not being shy and nervous in front of cameras or in front of a big audience, and doing and for my speeches, I felt like I did a lot because I was kind of nervous before, but now I'm getting used to it and not being nervous talking in front of people and doing presentations. And my confidence has risen a lot from the beginning of this class, and because while I'm having conversation with others, it really helps to have my confidence up because confidence goes a long way. And number eight, what did your instructors write were your strengths? She wrote that my strengths were my topic selections were good and on point, and my other speeches were okay, and I could have done better by just putting the time and doing the extra little bit of hard work. And my my classmates said that my last speech was on point, where the textbook should be free because it really related to them how textbooks should be free and how college students are broke and how they should they should get textbooks for a cheaper price or free. And my my other speech was my informative speech, how to teach them for skimming. I really taught them how, and after the speech, many of the students asked me, or not asked me, they told me that they wanted to go swimming after, and where's a good beach to go to. So, number 9, what was the theme in your areas for improvement? Some improvements was my body language. I was talking to the screen a lot in my first 2 speeches, and really changed it up in my third speech. And my a lot of my speeches I used ands and ums because I just paused, and now I'm barely using and ums. And my first ones I just use and um again. But one shocking thing I watched in the videos where my hands were in my pockets a lot. So I hope I can change that in the future. Number 10. What do you think you could have done better in your performances? Um I could have done a lot of things different in my performances. Like, I never used sources in my first speeches and never cited it too, so that took a huge chunk out of my grade. And I could have worked on my transitions better for speech to speech, and I could have worked on my conclusions for all my speeches to end it smoothly. Number 11, what are your personal slash professional goals? Well, my personal goal is to like have a family one day and raise them up and have a have a nice family, a beautiful family. And my professional goals, I hope I can see myself running my own business one day in Hawaii or wherever the world takes me. And one example, in if I'm my own business, I would have to do many speeches or many interviews or presentations to my coworkers and clients. And um, how does this really, I see myself a little bit differently now watching other speeches and getting direct feedback. By doing this, it really highlights my strengths. One thing I can look forward to or improve is how can you improve my speaking skills in the future. My main benefits going forward is not being shy anymore and just being open and not nervous in front of audience, and expresses like, and don't look at the board a lot. Just keep eye contact and don't never turn your back to the audience. And that's all.